We have a number of example problems from section 7.2. We'll start off with these video examples where we consider the multiplication of square matrices. In the case of these first two examples, we'll be working with 2 by 2 matrices and finding the product. So let's start with example 1. In this case, we have 2 by 2 matrix multiplying by a 2 by 2 matrix, so we get a 2 by 2 matrix in the end. Because we're dealing with square matrices of the same size, we know that multiplication is defined. I'll start off slowly to get the first term. We want the first row of the first matrix, 3 and 1, and we'll multiply that by the terms in the first column of the second matrix, 2 and 1. So we get 3 times 2 plus 1 times 1, or 6 plus 1, giving us 7 for the first term. To find the next term, just to the right of the 7, we again take the first row, 3, 1, and we multiply by the second column of the second matrix, 1 and minus 1. So we have 3 times 1 plus 1 times minus 1, or 3 minus 1, to get a result of 2. Now we'll look for the term that's below the 7. To find this one, we take the second row of the first matrix, minus 1 and 1, and multiply it by the first column of the second matrix, 2 and 1, or minus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 1, to get a result of minus 2 plus 1, or minus 1. To get the last term, we take the second row of the first matrix, minus 1 and 1, and the terms of the second column of the second matrix, 1 and minus 1, and we get minus 1 times 1 plus 1 times minus 1, or minus 1 minus 1, or minus 2 as our result. And that's the product that we get from example 1. Now let's go ahead and look at example 2. In this case, we're dealing with, actually, if you notice, it's the same two matrices, but we've switched the order. So does order matter in matrix multiplication? Let's find out. We're again going to get a 2 by 2 result. To get the result, and I'll move through a little more quickly in this case, we're going to complete the multiplication. So we have 2 times 3 plus 1 times minus 1, or 6 minus 1, and 5 is our first term. Already we can see that the product is different. But let's continue. Moving on to the term to the right of 5, we get 2 times 1 plus 1 times 1, or 2 plus 1, 3. Now moving to the second row in our result, we'll use the second row in our first matrix. So we have 1 times 3 plus minus 1 times minus 1, or 3 plus 1, giving us 4 as the first term in the second row of our product. Lastly, for the last term, we take 1 times 1 plus minus 1 times 1, or 1 minus 1, and our result is 0 for that term. So we get a very different 2 by 2 matrix. So when you multiply two matrices by each other, order matters. A times B is not necessarily the same as B times A.